Welcome to episode 106 of the Rise or Die podcast, Road Rage. So I was chuckling to myself a little bit yesterday. Yesterday, I was on the way back from the dealership. My truck needed a little bit of maintenance. So my wife was driving us back to our home during rush hour. Now, why the hell I chose that time of day to do this, I don't know. It was really irritating. We're driving back. It's like 5 miles. That's it. And the entire time we were being tailed by douchebag, as I affectionately call him. Douchebag was within inches of my wife's bumper, and he was honking. He was being an idiot. There was nowhere for us to go. He was in a hurry and didn't get the concept that when there's cars in front of me and it's 2 lanes, there's nothing I can do. So get over it. I'm a very aggressive driver. I wasn't driving yesterday, but I have a habit of bringing out the worst in people when I drive. I'm going to be very honest with that. With that being said, yesterday I took a little bit different approach. So 18 months ago, if this was happening, I would have flipped this guy off, douchebag as I call him. I would have flipped him off. I would have thrown my hands up in the air and gotten really pissed off. Yesterday, I was a bit frustrated, but I was actually antagonizing him. I was making funny faces at him and just trying to get a laugh out of my wife, have a good time with her, and kind of ignore the frustration. The reason that I chuckled was not that in and of itself. That's actually a really stupid story. However, the reason I was chuckling was this. Look at the difference between who I am today versus 18 months ago. 18 months ago, my marriage was crumbling. Even just 6 months into my marriage, I was making a lot of money but unhappy. I had no purpose, no connection with God, no nothing. Horrible health, you name it. I had a really big chip on my shoulder. I felt like my own little lonely island. No one could relate to me. No one knew the pressure and the stress that I was under. So then I would just, bottle all this energy, this chip on my shoulder. I would bottle it down deep inside, as corny as that sounds. And I would let it overflow because I never actually did anything with that energy. I would just try to let it sit there, ignore it, and then it would bottle up, flare up, and I would end up getting into road rage or what have you. Now I use that same energy a bit differently. I still have a chip on my shoulder. I was made fun of my entire school career, whatever you want to call it. I was the fat, awkward kid, wasn't really going many places. I still carry that resentment. I still carry the resentment of anyone who doubted me or still does doubt me. I want to prove everyone wrong. I have a chip on my shoulder, but here's the difference. Now I use it for productivity across body, being, balance, and business. I don't sit and let this energy, this chip on my shoulder stew and not do anything with it. No, I actually use it as fuel on a fire to light something within me every single day, so that I can keep producing and working towards the have-it-all lifestyle across body, being, balance, and business. I was chuckling to myself because this is not the same man that I was 18 months ago, and the cool part is I'm not going to be the same man as I am now 18 months from now. It's constant evolution, which I talked about yesterday, but it was a good moment to reflect, if you will, just based on one silly story. As opposed to giving you the same question as always across body, being, balance, and business, yada, 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 although those are great questions, I'm going to switch it up on you a bit. What are you using the energy that you have within for? Meaning, are you stuffing it down like I used to? We all have some pent-up energy within that is dying to be released and get out. The problem is, I would say 98% of people just subdue it. I made that number up, don't quote me on it. But most people just subdue it. They think they're really good at it till it starts overflowing and you act like an idiot like I used to. Still do from time to time. Gonna be very transparent here. Now I use it for productivity. What do you use the energy within for? Do you use it to jump out of bed at 4 or 5 a.m. every single morning and crush the day, and then come home after work and crush it with your marriage and show up for your wife and kids if that's applicable? Or Do you walk around depressed because you feel like you're your own little lonely island? Well, number one, hopefully this podcast dispels that myth or debunks that myth. But number two, all you need to do is change your frame of mindset. Easier said than done, and it is, but that's really all it comes down to. Am I going to get up every morning in scarcity mode thinking I'm on my own island, no one can relate to me, I'm carrying all this pressure on my own, or am I going to wake up, say, I'm carrying all the pressure of the world, no one believes in me, and that's why I'm going to go fucking crush it? There's a big difference. Which one are you doing on a consistent basis? Think about this tomorrow when you get up. Am I in scarcity mode, or am I in I'm gonna fucking crush it mode? There is a giant difference. Now that's it for episode 106. As always, whether you're listening to this on iTunes or Google, if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook or what have you, do me a favor. If you're getting any value out of this, I would greatly appreciate a like, a subscribe, a review, whatever you're willing to do. We're always looking to amp this up so that we can take the Rise or Die message, the fact that you're not alone, and giving the real and raw transparency of what entrepreneurship really is. We want to take this message to as many people as possible. So if you're open to doing it, I love it. You can also email me, Steven@riseordiepodcast.com, Steven with a PH. You can email me any questions or feedback, and over the next few weeks, I'll start to actually answer them within these daily videos. Now, with that being said, signing off for episode 106, Road Rage. I'll talk to you tomorrow for episode 107.